been working. You know, he has been doing a good job of trying to use your speed, playing fast. You know, and one thing that Danny has done awesome at is being able to move around the field, not only play one position. He has learned the offense in and out, and he's been doing awesome for me, being that I can put him, you know, at the Z, at the F, or at the X, you know, without him having many mistakes at it, you know. So he's been good there, you know.
Conley seems to, I mean, he's been a vet, but it seems that he's really come into really good rapport with Purdy. Seems like a very prototypical X. How have you viewed his progression within the system, especially now that Brandon's not around and he's playing that role?
Chris is the ultimate professional. You know, he comes to work every day. You know, he busts his tail. You know, he's a guy that I trust through and through. You know, and he does an awesome job for us. You know, I enjoy it, and I love him being around. You know, because of that work ethic. You know, that mentality to come in and be the same every single day. You know, he made a ton of plays for us last year, even after, you know, not dressing the first few weeks of the season. You know, so just that consistency in which he plays with, which he shows up with, you know, it earns a lot of trust from us.
One thing people don't talk much about in the Super Bowl because of how it ended was the work that he did as a gunner in the Super Bowl. Yeah. How much does the receiving room notice and then talk about one of their own making huge plays like that on special teams?
All of us, we see it. You know, any chance that we get, especially one of our own, you know, in the room, you know, doing something special on the field, you know, we all praise him, you know, because he's not only doing that for himself, he's doing that for the team, you know. So anytime you get a guy that's going to put it all out on the line for the team, you know, you always got to praise him, man. So all of the guys talked about it, you know, we saw it in the moment, and we see it every single day, you know, every day, right? Chris is one of the guys, if not the guy, every single day who runs the most yardage on the field, you know. And the only thing I look at it and I point out to my younger guys, look what Chris is doing. Chris is in year 10. You know, look what he's doing. You know, we all should be the same way.
So that's like the little chips that track.
The chip. Yeah, that's the chip that tracks it. You know, whether he's finishing with the ball in his hand, whether he's finishing downfield trying to get a big block, you know, whether it's on special teams. But every single day, if I look at that chart, I know it's Chris that's going to have the most yardage.
Top team or top in your group?
In my group.
In your group, okay.
In my group.
Nice.
In my group, yes.
Do you know, like, how much on a really active day he can run in practice?
Yeah, it's about 3,700 yards.
Wow.
You know, I've seen it get up to about 4,100, you know, so it's very active there. So it's impressive.
There's really no place for players to hide these days with all these metrics now.
Correct. You know, even with that and the speeds as well, man, it's something that I genuinely love to look at every single day, you know, because I push my guys to compete with being the fastest on the field, you know, because anytime we can be the fastest, right, we threaten those defenders, you know, so I push those guys, man, and it's something that I use, you know, a lot.
How much are those metrics changing, just the evaluation process, and some of the more traditional measurables kind of going by the wayside a bit now that you have the GPS data?
Yeah, I don't know how much it's changing, you know, but what I do, it do gives us a grasp of what to expect when we work out guys, like we put it on the guys as well, you know, because we want to see who's moving around at a good pace, you know. So we use it, but also we trust the eyes as well, you know. So it gives you a little bit added, you know, help, but I don't know how much, you know.
Given your experience in the league and, you know, playing the position, what's the most difficult obstacle that somebody like Brandon might face, you know, missing the first couple of weeks of camp? Like, what's the hardest part about staying in football shape when you're not actively in practice?
The reps, you know, going against defenders, you know, because of course you don't want to be too far away from it. You know, the more reps you can get, you know, especially when you've been out of it for a extended period of time since the Super Bowl, you know, going up, you can't get those reps back when you go up against defenders. You know, it takes us some time to get our legs underneath us, being that we run a lot, you know, and really day after day that starts to get better. You know, the more you compete with guys, the more you are able to get a feel for, you know, the techniques of receivers, DBs and things like that. You know, it helps.
And for a guy like Pearsall, you know, coming in, he's going up against guys like Demo and, you know, Mooney, who are exceptional corners. Even if he has a day in practice where maybe he's not getting great results or production. How much is that going to help him in the long run, just having those reps against those guys?
It does. It does. Like Pearsall, he gets very frustrated when he don't win a rep.
Mm-hmm.
I told him last night. I said, listen, it's not about winning that rep. It's about learning from it. Because us taking that rep is giving us that experience to know how to attack it and know how to defeat it in the next time around. So I let him know, don't get frustrated. Because guess what? We're gonna come in here. We're gonna have a plan. We're gonna attack the plan to go back out the next day and to defeat it, and that's what it comes down to. It's about going out the next day and being better than the day before, So he's doing an awesome job right now. I'm impressed where he's at. He's going to only continue to get better.
How difficult is it early on when he missed the first block with the hamstring injury?
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to get somebody up to speed quickly when they missed, even it was a few practices, but it's still the beginning. Is it more difficult to get into a rhythm, or is
we always have a plan for guys. It's not you're behind 4 days, but we believe in the plan that we always have. Our guys here, whether it's the strength and conditioning staff, the training room guys, and the coaches itself, right? We always have that great plan, to get guys caught up. It may take a couple days, but eventually we will get them caught up, and you'll be good to go fairly quickly.
And how difficult is it to, get a sense for the install when you're not actually out there working?
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough because really if you're not running it. If you haven't been in the offense, then it is going to be challenging because you can lose focus quickly, But you always challenge the guys, right, to get multiple reps. Whether that's me saying it, whether that's us watching it on film, right, whether you looking at it, writing it down, right, whatever the case may be, right. Those are all reps. Yeah, we missing a rep by not repping it, but the more reps we can lock in and focus, right, what somebody else is running it, we always learn from each other.
Minutes, guys.
Right, so then now we got to take fully advantage of just being able to sit back and watch it.
I know some people were concerned when Ricky was drafted that he was 190. They said, okay, well, will his strength translate to the NFL level? But have you noticed that he plays stronger than 190?
Ricky, even evaluate him coming out, right, he was always a physical, strong receiver, right? Of course, it's going to be a lot different at this level than it is college. I have no worries that that he isn't strong enough. He right. We got a great strength and conditioning staff. That's right. That's going to continue. He's going to continue the weight room, continue to build up, and he's going to be going in the right direction.